everyone to be high tonight. We've been doing this 20 long weeks. We're about to wrap it up tonight.
Season finale!
Yeah, bitch! High Tonight Show, episode 20! Oh shit, how the fuck we doing? Oh man, we have a studio audience of 300 tonight! Oh shit!
Damn, bitch! America!
We're pushing the limits! The season finale of High Tonight Show, ladies and
Oh my
gentlemen.
God, this is crazy!
Norman Davis playing us in with that original High Tonight Show shit. I'm Victor Martinez Jr., your host. Let's get started, guys. How we doing tonight? Good to see you.
Hell yeah.
High Tonight Show episode 20, ladies and gentlemen. Oh God, we got a good fucking show for you tonight, alright? We got our musical guest Marcus Great in the motherfucking house. Make some noise, Marcus. Marcus the Great. He's gonna be coming over at our mid-show performance, man. He's gonna fucking rock the house. Oh man, we got Rogin Kim coming out later on tonight. The very hilarious Rogin Kim, our very, very funny. And of course, Niles Abston coming all the way in from fucking the opening of the season. I think he was here for the premiere episode, man. So it's gonna be good to have him back. We've had a lot of improvements over the season. Season finale is season 2. We finally figured out how to shoot in 4K, ladies and gentlemen. We're shooting in high definition tonight. You're gonna see all this shit really good. Look at these smoke clouds. You're gonna see that in 4K. Starting season 3, we're gonna be next season is gonna be high definition. Our fucking cameraman Eric Abbenante finally figured it out. He got high one night and played with his fucking tools and he figured it out. And now we are in high definition. It's gonna be a good show, guys. Let's get the show started.
Hell yeah.
So, let's see here. What do we have going on? Oh, of course. I can't forget. We have a very special guest coming out tonight, guys. This is a special drop-in. Fucking Goat versus Fish is coming in tonight, guys.
Yeah.
This shit is gonna be a fucking happening. Every time this guy comes around, shit goes down, alright? And he's gonna be testing everyone tonight. So he's going to be coming out here right after the monologue. I always catch you up. I bring you up to date on my son. I have a beautiful Caucasian baby.
Woo! Caucasian baby.
So many Caucasian doors opened up for my Hispanic heritage. I know I don't look Mexican, but I am. And my son, he's going to be 2 in November, and he's learning shit every day. Last week, he learned how to say hello and goodbye, which is really cool. Like, he loves saying goodbye, especially like on FaceTime on the phone and shit. He'll fucking ignore your ass for the whole time you're talking to him. But when it's time to say goodbye, he runs over. Goodbye. Oh, it's so cute, guys. Super cute. And it's he loves that shit. Just see ya, and you know, and for a baby, I mean, they don't even know what goodbye is. For all he knows, that thing doesn't exist anymore. That's fucking hilarious. It's killing people. Speaking of goodbyes, we had 2 major deaths this week. We had first was Aretha Franklin, rest in peace. Her funeral was more lit than the fucking Grammys, let me tell you. Shit went down, okay, man. Like, I was waiting for Kanye to come up and tell them about the fucking way it's supposed to be done. Ariana Grande was performing, and unfortunately she got groped by the pastor. Guys, what the fuck? Like, he got super side boob on her, okay? And he was telling her a shitty Taco Bell joke. I'm like, come on, man, quit hugging this poor girl. I mean, she's known for singing that song, you know, I love the way you make me feel, but that is not what she meant, okay? Jeez, leave the poor girl alone. Al Sharpton ended his segment on NBC talking about Aretha by spelling out her famous song, but he spelled it wrong. He spelled it R-E-S-P-I-C-T. Respect?
Oh, no.
Mexicans don't get enough respect, okay? Let me tell you. Oh man, are you saying she's a spit because she crossed the border into death? Is that what this is? I mean, Shark can get it right, pal. Anyways, rest in peace. We also lost John McCain. Obama got invited to his funeral, and you know he's always said that he's felt that him and John were on the same team. I guess what he meant was the white team, Obama. What are you doing over there, man? But you know, what are you gonna do? John McCain died of brain cancer just a day after getting off the the medicine for it. And I mean, you gotta tip your hat to him. He died believing in something that he felt very strong about. He said no one should have access to health care, not even myself. And he went down doing that shit. I mean, hey John, if you had legalized weed, mind you, it might have saved you, dude, okay? Jeez, come on now. Speaking of which, California passed a bill in the House to expunge all records of major marijuana felonies and offenses and all that. And, man, hearing this news is really great. I'm excited for everyone getting out of jail. Hearing that for me personally, I was just like, man, I wish I had a time machine to go back and just deal all the drugs possible, knowing that it'd be expunged here in a couple of years. Like, fuck it, right? I mean, oh well, what are you gonna do? Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, Hi Tonight Show. How the fuck we doing? Let's go! Let's get this show started! Hi Tonight Show, episode 20, season finale. Let me introduce your very special guest this evening. He's going to be coming on first. Always a treat. Ladies and gentlemen, Goat versus Fish!
Celebration of goat and fish. Let us get goat here, let us get fish. There are goat and fish. It is the celebration of goat and fish and goat versus fish and goat versus fish. Make some noise for this fence sitter, big yes. Celebration for you. In the beginning, there was goat versus fish. The goat fish. And goat versus fish said that there should be goat and that there should be fish. There is no alpha or omega. There is no black or white. There is no good or evil. There is only goat and fish. And goat versus fish. Welcome to the verses of goat and fish. Welcome to the verses of goat and fish. Celebration for goat and fish. Oh, it is a special celebration of goat and fish. Of goat and fish. Yes, you all know the verses of goat versus fish. You all know the one true question. Are you goat or are you fish? Yes?
Yes.
Are you goat or fish?
Goat.
It is a goat. Celebrate this goat. Make some noise for this goat. Make some noise for this goat. And of course there is the fence sitter that chooses neither goat nor fish. It has the very fence upon it. Boo the fence sitter. Boo the fence sitter. Boo fence sitter. That is what the ones say when they are not pleased. Yes, they say boo to one another. Yes, perhaps that is what they say. But goat versus fish brings special verses to you. Brings special verses to you. For goat versus fish encountered one that is called Michael Allen.
Oh.
Goat versus fish met this one that was called Michael Allen. And Michael Allen was such a pitiable fence sitter. Such a pitiable fence sitter. And the pitiable one, Michael Allen, said, oh, goat versus fish, goat versus fish. Why do I have to choose between goat and fish? And goat versus fish took pity on this one. Took pity on this one. Do not ever let it be said that goat versus fish did not take pity on a fence sitter. For goat versus fish did take pity on that one. It was saying it was Michael Allen one. Was saying it was its birthday, some verses. And goat versus fish said, on this verses, you can be goat and fish. You can be goat and fish on the verses of goat and fish. Celebration for goat and fish. Celebration for goat and fish. Oh yes, you need not choose between goat and fish on the verses of goat and fish. You can be goat and you can be fish. You cannot be goat fish. If you wish to be a goat fish, then you need to be goat and fish, and you need to find one that is fish and goat, and together you become goat, fish, and fish, goat. You cannot be goat, fish, but you can be goat and fish. So on the verses of goat and fish, on the verses of goat and fish, we sing a song of celebration of goat and fish. Sing with goat versus fish. Sing with goat versus fish. I want to be goat and 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 fish. And so we ask the one true question on the verses of goat and fish. Are you goat and are you fish? This is your chance, fence sitter. This fence sitter is never wanting to choose goat or fish, but now it can be goat and fish on this verses. You need not choose. You can leave the fence on this verses and be goat and fish. Are you goat and are you fish?
As a Mexican, I'm a fucking fence sitter.
Hey, fence sitter, still on the fence, still on the fence. Why does goat versus fish even bring you the verses of goat and fence? That's what's going to stick on the fence, choosing neither goat nor fish. But this one is always high on the fence, always high on the fence. Yes, let goat versus fish, not high on the fence, but high celebration of goat and fish.
Woo! Goat versus fish, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I'm a Mexican, so I gotta stay on the fence, right?
Still on the fence, even when you can be goat and fish, you say, oh, I'm a fence sitter,
I see both sides.
Yes,
And,
what do you see? What do you see?
You know, the more weed I smoke, the higher on the fence I get. And I just, you know, I gotta keep it real, man. You know, you gotta appreciate the yin and the yang to the idea.
But what could be more real than goat versus fish? What could be more real than goat versus fish? So real is goat versus fish.
The only thing realer than goat versus fish is being able to witness it, all right? And you gotta get a good vantage point. That's what I'm saying. High on the fence, okay?
We do wish many to witness goat versus fish. Are the ones that are watching through there, they will witness goat versus fish
Yes,
in
they
faraway
will.
lands and
Yes.
seas?
And tell them where they can find goat versus fish.
You can find goat versus fish at goat versus fish. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh
Woo!
yes.
Show them the back. Look
Ah
at the back.
yes, even when goat versus fish does not look at you, goat versus fish looks upon you. It looks upon you as goat versus fish, asking you the one true question: are you goat or are you fish? You know, when goat versus fish is at is walking about the verses, whether it is the Venice or the oh, you tire of the fence?
Yeah, it's hurting my head.
Oh, do not put it upon the fish. You put the fence upon the fish. Look how it puts the fence upon the fish. The
That
fish
fish
does
is
not want this
steaked
fence.
now. It's gonna be
Oh.
fucking cooked.
Oh, fish. Oh, fish.
Oh man. All right. So I'm gonna have you around. You want to see your first comedian come out?
Oh, you have other ones to
Yeah.
speak that are not goat versus fish?
Yes, exactly. And he's gonna come out, and we're gonna figure out what he is. How do you say? What do you think about that?
Yes, that is pleasant to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, goat versus fish! Fuck yes! First comedian guest of the evening, High Tonight Show, episode 20, season finale. Make some noise! Rogin Kim! Please take the mic.
Everybody, what's up, High Tonight Show?
Yeah!
What is up, everybody? Woo!
You know what they say, guys? Comedy is subjective, which is why you're all being subjected to this right now. I feel like this show, it's the season finale? Season finale?
Yes.
How many
episode
episodes?
20.
20
Yes.
fucking episodes. Give it up for this fucking 20th
Yes,
episode.
man.
All the way here.
Celebration.
This is a special episode, I feel like, man. I feel like it starts with some white nonsense up top. We're moving on to some Asian absurdity. And then it's getting real. The brothers are gonna come and keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. That's what's gonna happen. Fucking Guys, I'm gonna be straight with you. I've been high since like '96.
There you go.
Hero.
That's a fact of life. 22 years, man. That's fucking 22 years. Like, my weed habit is old enough to drink. You know what I'm saying? Old as fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, that motherfucker could leave home if he wanted to, but he's not gonna leave home, you know what I'm saying? Our relationship is tight, you know what I'm saying? That's a long relationship, you know what I mean? Like, by that point, I know what's going on. I'm lucky though because I am a crackhead. You know what I mean? Like I have an addictive personality. I have a crackish personality. That's why I do comedy because it's like the crackish, the most crack like of all the arts. It's the most crackish. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's
like laughter.
Yeah, man. And you get that, and then it just goes away. You know? Yeah. And nothing's the worst when other motherfuckers are doing crack and you can't. You know what I mean? You're like, do it. Yeah. The fuck, man? What is this? This is bullshit, man. It's fucking bullshit. Yeah. So I'm lucky that, cause I tried coke and I tried speed. I tried it all, man. Fucking, and I'm lucky in that weed is my crack. You know what I mean? Like weed, like it's like weed. I've done some dumb shit for weed. You know what I mean? I've done like pulled crackhead maneuvers. Like I full on committed a breaking and entering over an eighth of weed just to get an eighth of weed. It's so stupid. Like it was not worth committing a felony. You know what I mean? But I came up during the drug war, man. We did stupid shit because everything was illegal, right? It was all the same. Like we didn't give a fuck, man. Fucking. I lived in New York for a while, and it's tough smoking weed out there because they have stop and frisk. You know what I'm saying? Like the cops can actually just stop you and just be like, empty your pockets. And by you, I mean mostly black guys. That's just the fact, man. That's what they do, and it's fucked up because New York was one of the first places to decriminalize weed. We could have up to an ounce on you. Then Giuliani came, and you changed the law. He said if you smoked it in public or produced it, that's a felony.
Yep.
So what they would do is either stop and frisk on you and be like, empty your pockets, and if you had some weed on you, they'd be like, oh, you're producing it in public, that's a felony. You know what I mean? That's fucking, it's entrapment, you know what I'm saying? That's fucking bullshit. That's basically creating felonies, is what I had a buddy, I had this dude, he was the nicest dude, you know, he was a black dude, whatever, but he was like, harmless as fuck, but so he was picked on by the cops, you know what I mean? The cops would definitely just keep rolling him over and over because it was an easy target. So I came up with this business idea, I call it ABC. It stands for Asians Be Caring. And you know, the idea is pretty simple. Like, I'm just gonna carry your shit and walk around next to you, right? And then when a cop sees us, instead of searching you, he'll be like, "Oh, look at him. He's with an Asian guy. They're probably in college. It's fine. Yeah, probably in college. Let him just get all right. That's fine."
Hell yeah.
That's why I'm like, I used to do another crackhead maneuver. I grew weed in my apartment in New York, and downstairs lived two NYPD sergeants. And I don't know why. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's like what a crackhead would do, right? That's a long-term commitment because growing weed was at least a 4-month commitment. And when it dropped, I had to have an air filter with a carbon thing going on so the smell. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have money. Like I didn't. You know what I mean? It's crackish. It's crackish flavor. So I'm lucky. I feel like weed, I've gotten a lot. I'm doing my best to ignore this. But, fuck, dude. Like weed, I feel like, alright, here's what I think, man. Anti-weed is essentially anti-unity. That's all it is. That's really what it is. Because the beginnings of where weed got illegal is through racist laws, right? They basically, because everybody smoked cannabis back in the day. Like, white dudes were like, cannabis, bro. Like, you know, they fucking they smoked some cannabis, bro. Sure. Because that was the word. That was their word for it, right? And then they made up a word called marijuana. They made up the word, right? They made up the word and said, hey, black people smoking this marijuana. Right, and they're looking white men in the eyes, you know. It makes them want white women, you know. It makes the Mexicans lazy, you know. There's like all this racist shit and the white dudes, you know, that's how dumb racism is because the white dudes had no idea they were talking about weed. They're like, yeah, let's make this marijuana illegal. Yeah. So they voted that shit, you know, they voted it in, made it illegal, and then found it, they were like, oh, that was weed? Oh, fuck, you know? And the thing about weed was they didn't like, you know, who was smoking it? It's fucking musicians, right? Jazz musicians. And this is, we're talking about like the 20s and shit, right? 20s, 30s and shit. Jazz musicians, right? And white people, you know, white people and black people starting to hang out, smoke weed, and then start thinking like, hey, why are they separating? You know, you start thinking weird thoughts, like, why are they saying that we're separate? You know, like, why are they separating? Why don't they let us hang out? You know, whatever. And then that's how you know they're like, oh, well, we got to pass some laws that say you guys can't hang out anymore. Like, they don't want motherfuckers. They don't want unity. That's it. Yeah, right? So that's been the fucking, exactly. Thank you. This fish. Actually, I should have you just come along for all my sets. That's an extra inflection. It's like a footnote when you read a book. And
Joe versus Fish is always with you. Always.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate weed. That's why I get upset when people fucking talk shit about weed. I treat it's like it's my little sister. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're talking shit. I'm like, what? Yeah, sure. You know, sure she gets passed around a lot. You know what I'm saying? Right? But she's never killed anyone, right? She's not. Right? Like, all the things, but fucking leave her alone, man. Fucking, she's not hurting anybody. You know that? I think about this, man. I learned about Jamaica, right? And the system of slavery in Jamaica is different from the States because, see, in the States, they brought in men and women, but in Jamaica they only brought in men, like no women. So basically, it was just like fucking, you know, they would just work them to death. There was no hope of, you know, meeting a woman or procreating or anything. They would just work them to death, right? And thinking of something like that, what kind of music do you think would come out of a place like that? Like, I'm thinking like death metal or some shit, you know, something hardcore. You know what I mean? Like, this is an aggressive, hardcore place, but what comes out of there? Fucking reggae, right? Fucking reggae, right? How could this be, right? Marijuana. That's why, right? Marijuana, man, you know? And if I get, I don't know, I feel like it's coming, man. This fucking, I don't know, dividing motherfuckers it's easy to control us, right? You divide and you get distracted. Fucking, it's really easy to fucking do shit. Everybody's distracted now. You know what people are distracted by? Fucking the color of their texts. You hear people be like, ew, who's sending me this green bubble text? You know, like, ew, who's sending, like, you know, people with iPhones have blue bubbles. And they don't want no Android motherfuckers with green bubbles sending them those dirty Android motherfuckers with their dirty green text. It's weird. Who gives a fuck, right? Like, who fucking, be thankful you're not colorblind and you can fucking distinguish between the two, right? Some motherfuckers just see gray bubbles, right? Like, we fucking, people care about whether or not their texts are blue or green, but don't care about the yellow and black children who make their phones. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just saying. There's little tiny children overseas making your phones, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's a word for that, you know. The word for what they they're slaves, guys. They're little child slaves making our shit. They do. That's how this shit gets made. You know what I'm saying? Like, but on the other hand, I love my phone. You know what I'm saying? I love this iPad. I love all this shit. You know, I'm like, I want those kids to work harder. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and fuck, if my parents zigged instead of zagged, I could have ended up in an iPhone factory. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I would hope that by now I would have made manager. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope I would at least able to make some upper management. So I got some good initiative, guys. You know, it's really boring working in those iPhone factories. They jump off the roofs and shit, so they put nets at the bottom so they can just hit the roof, you know, hit the net, and then go back to work. You know what I'm saying? They the fucking. But I think, you know, to increase productivity, one thing we could do is have these guys. You can let them use their phones while they make phones. You know, like listen to podcasts and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like just to like get productivity up. I don't know. It's a weird initiative because like, what are we gonna do? Give them a bunch of iPhones? Probably not. We got a bunch of Zunes, right? We got those old Zunes. We could probably get that hit hard for some people. Like, not Zune, not a Zune, man, not Zune.
Brick with music in it.
Fuck yeah, you remember? Oh, yeah, I remember. Man, I don't know. I'm all about unity, man. Fucking, I'm all about unity. In fact, I decided, you know, in honor, you know, with the whole Me Too movement going on and everything, I decided that I'm going to stop watching porn unless there's some Queen Latifah playing on the background.
What the fuck?
right? Who you calling a bitch? Nobody knows who Queen Latifah, UNIT, what? You know, no one knows. It's bringing positivity to it. You know what I'm saying? Bringing positivity. No, I'm saying like unity, man. They don't want fucking unity. I wanna jump in a time machine and go forward like hundreds of years, thousands of years, however long it takes for everybody on the planet to just fuck, you know, mix, right? Until we all turn Filipino. That's basically that's the master race, guys. You don't think so? Like I think you took all the races and blended them together, they would be Filipino. It's a beautiful thing to look forward to. I think it's great.
Yeah.
They just don't want. Well, at least Blasian. I think the whole world at least is gonna be Blasian. You know what I'm saying? Like they have. It's like genetically. Just think about whose genetics are superior. You know what I'm saying? Like just think about when you like, just pretend you're some kind of scientist and you're crossing people together like with different races, right? Like, right? Like a black person crossed with any other race, usually the kid ends up looking black, right? And an Asian person crossed with any other race, the kid usually ends up looking Asian, right? So you start crossing black and Asian, right? You start getting Blasians, right? This blending of the two, right? Now think about that, right? You have like above average athleticism, above average intelligence, average penis size, you know, because it all evens out.
That one might
It's good stuff. What? They don't want a bunch of fucking Tiger Woodses and Kimura Lees running around, man. They're fucking terrified of that shit. Are you kidding me? Terrified. I don't want that shit. Fucking. I don't know. I trip on that shit, man. It's fucking. This is the best time to be alive, man. You realize that? Like, this is the fucking. It's the day. Yeah, goat versus fish is with me. This is the best time to be alive, man. I was realizing that as I was cleaning my bong. Which. For one, I'm fucking super privileged to have a bong in the first place, you know. But for the other, I was cleaning it with the salt, right? And it was this pink salt. And you know that pink salt? You know, Himalayas. That's right. That's where it comes from. The fucking tallest mountain range on the planet. You know what I'm saying? Pink salt. Fucking means these fucking those like little Asian Sherpa dudes had to climb up the mountains, right? And fucking bring down blocks of salt. Crush them, right, and bring them all the way over, just so I can clean my bong like a fucking king, right? And I'm not like some fancy dude. It's not like I went and got pink salt for this. It's just what was on sale at Costco. You know what I'm saying? Like it's fucking anybody is capable of having the. They used to go to war for salt. You know what I'm saying? Like there used to be full-on wars. I learned that when Sherman marched on Atlanta, he burned all the salt stores, right? That fucking starved them out there because that was the only way you could preserve food back then. It was very important back in the day to have fucking salt. Now I'm fucking cleaning my bong. I'm not even using the salt. I'm just cleaning the bong and pouring it into the toilet, which is fucking pure clean water, by the way. Drinkable. It's totally clean water. Pure that and I'm flushing that down like fucking, right? Like I'm the emperor of the world, goddammit. Like, fucking, we all can do that. Fucking, we deserve it. Like, do you know how gross it was back then, man? Do you know how gross history is? Imagine sex without running water. Think of how gross that must have been, man.
Oh my
right?
God.
Yet here we are, right? Like we haven't had running water for that long, but we've been fucking our way through history, right? We've been fucking our way through that mess. Like no one's business. It's fucking. We will outfuck anything, man. You put a bunch of dudes in jail, they'll outfuck that. You know, like this will just fucking fuck the shit out of anything.
Yeah.
Fucking. Do I just keep going? I'll keep going. Fuck it. Yeah! I don't know if I'm. Yeah, but all right, guys. I'll bring it on home. I learned that before clean water in cities, people made beer and wine to drink. You know what I mean? Because the water was dirty. There's no plumbing and shit. There's no sewage. It was dirty, like fucking. So. Instead of drinking water, everybody drank beer and wine. So then that got me thinking, that means everybody through history is low-key drunk, right? Like everybody throughout almost all of history is like a little toasted getting through that shit, right? Everything you could think of, right? And that fucking makes sense, because like think it's like something like the pyramids. It totally makes sense, right? Like the pyramid is a total drunk move, because it doesn't make any sense how you have all these square blocks and you make a triangle out of them. Like it doesn't make any fucking sense. And the biggest proof that they were drunk when they built the pyramids is no one can remember how the pyramids were built. You know what I mean? Like everybody blacked out or some shit. Like everybody, Or like a Columbus, right? Columbus is a total drunk move because nobody knew that the New World was over here. And they're like, don't go that way, man. There's fucking monsters over there. And he was like, fuck you, I'm going west, man. And India's that way, right? Like, he was like, fuck you, right? And think about the Constitution, a very, very drunk move by a bunch of drunk white slave owners who wanted to draft a document about freedom, right? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense, right? Like, fucking, and think about, like, the First Amendment to the Constitution, right? Complete drunk thing. It's just freedom of speech, right? It's just basically like, I want to be able to say whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Okay? And I can worship whoever I want, and I can write it down wherever I don't give a fuck. And then the next thing is, I want a gun. So that in case you're trying to stop me from saying whatever I want, I'm gonna shoot you, motherfucker. Then number 3. What's number 3? Who knows what number 3 is? Alright guys, I can't keep this up for all 10 Bill of Rights, you know. Thank you guys very much. I'm
Rogin Kim! How you doing?
I'm doing good.
So,
Hey, hello.
hello,
show.
yeah, man. All right,
Okay.
tell me. I
Tell
know
me.
it's gonna sound racist.
Yes.
I didn't do my fucking homework.
Research.
What type of Asian are you?
Asian am I? I'm of Korean.
Korean.
Yes.
Korean.
Yes.
How appropriate. We're in South Koreatown. I like to call this the asshole of Koreatown. You know.
Sure it is.
And I mean, how long have you been smoking?
Oh man. Yeah, like since '90s. Yeah, the first time I ever smoked weed was.
I mean, I asked because, like, all right, I didn't get.
So
I'm from
22 years.
Texas. I
Yeah.
didn't get to smoke with a lot of Asians.
Oh yeah.
They were busy studying and shit, you know? Like, fucking, it's not a normal thing, right? It's kind of like right now that it's beginning, that's still something that's to be broken in, right? The Asian smoking, I think.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't have a lot of Asian friends, so I don't know. I have no clue. I don't know. I'd imagine everybody gets high, dude. That's just how I
Right?
yeah. I think so. Fucking.
I was like fucking
Those kids are
17
getting high.
and
Those kids studying and doing Adderall or something. You know what I'm saying? Like they're getting high or something. They're fucking,
something.
yeah.
And it meant, this is my Adderall, right? Like
Right.
like you said, this is my crack,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
I mean, I've done some fucked up shit. I've been around fucked up people for weed and shit. What do you think? How does it affect your comedy? I mean, do you perform
Alright.
sober ever?
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah?
I've done that. Yeah.
I always end up paying attention to time and shit.
When
know?
you're sober?
Yeah, like
Ah.
it feels like it takes forever. You know.
I think there's a time for both because it's hard to remember shit when you're super high. So if I'm trying to remember something, I probably won't be high. Or if it's like something important or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, but I think I've been higher longer than I've been doing comedy. So you know what I mean?
Oh.
It's more how does comedy affect my weed smoking? You know what I mean? Like, that's
okay.
really yeah. So I don't know, dude. I think I'm sure a lot of the thoughts I have for jokes and shit come from getting high. You know, I'm sure, but. Yeah.
And what else do you do other than comedy? You got some videos, all right? That's what I saw. You're like,
Yeah, I'm a filmmaker. I edit videos professionally, so that's just
what
I
are
do
those
for
films
work.
like?
Just stupid. I did a lot of sketch comedy, so just film like short films of fucking premises that I wrote and shit. That's actually why I started stand-up because I fucking maxed out my car. I blew all my money making these shorts, and fucking realized that like, it's just way cheaper to do stand-up.
Right.
Instead of shooting a whole video every time I have a premise, I can just fucking just go
Just
to a mic
test
or
it
something.
out.
Yeah, just go test it out, and then that got like super addictive. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Wow, that's funny how you got to it then.
Yeah.
So you were a filmmaker, and then you were doing fucking. Oh my God, Goat vs. Fish is having an attack. Speaking of which, what do you think of Goat vs. Fish? Are you a goat or a fish? What do you say?
I go.
I mean, Asians.
It is a
goat!
goat! It
Yeah,
is a
yeah,
goat! We
okay.
celebrate this goat! Celebration called goat.
So,
Celebration.
Rogin, before we close out, is there somewhere you want to tell people to go check your videos out, your sketches, and follow you and all that shit?
Oh, sure, yeah. Just go to roginkim.com. ROGINKIM. Just follow me, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. All that shit.
You're
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
Thanks, man.
Guys, make some noise for Rogin! Yeah! Right, musical guest of the evening for the season finale. Please make some noise. Marcus the Great! How you doing, man? Thanks for coming through.
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Woo! Celebration!
Hey. Shout out to Golden Fish, man.
Yeah.
Go Dan Fish.
Definitely. Goat all day. Goat.
Go.
Goats!
Alright. So yeah, I got this song for y'all today. I'm gonna go ahead and drop something for y'all. It's called Do This Shit Right. You know what I'm saying? So fuck with it. It's on SoundCloud. Check it out. I'm not a SoundCloud rapper though. Fuck that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I just got music on SoundCloud. You know what I'm saying? So.
Woo!
Yeah. Yo, well it's the dopest and the smoothest of the smoothest and the coolest of the latest that be wearing all the fake gators. Tryna floss with no flaws and them lucky guards in the backseat, bitching out loud without a cause. I'm considering that I'm switching all these wishes into witches that they listen. They knowing that I'm going in, but I don't care how you feeling or you breathing, cause it's my style, you need it. I see you over there dreaming. I'm just mixing in, I'm dipping in, I'm sipping on that Henny with a cutie with a big booty, it's kinda juicy. Oh, now let it on down slowly. Bring it over, let me be your secret lover. When we do it with the rubber like no other undercovers. It's getting real quiet, is it cause I'm getting lower? Tell me if you like it, I'ma bite it, don't you fight it. Close your eyes and realize that I need you hypnotized, girl. Remember way back when we was only 10. I'm talking 10th grade, baby, please listen in. Cause I was scoping and really kinda hoping that you noticed me, noticing you because I wanted you. Looking real hard, squinting cause you kinda far. That ass on that focus got me buzzing like some locusts, feeling kinda bogus. And yeah, you already know this. Writing on my wrongs while you do me to this song. I'm truly understanding the mission that you pursuing and it's blowing. You already know what I be doing. When Henny in that tree got me doing cripple things. Every day I'm steady winning like my dog was the sheep. Everything in between, especially pink things. Making shit was all play. It's only for me. And yeah, that thing is a remedy. Coming into infinity. You moving too fast. You spilling all my energy. Well, look at what we have here. A real cute lady and a lonely musketeer. You wanna go get a beer, watch a movie, shed a tear. I'm already feeling you, lady, it's in the air. I don't really care, we can go here, go there. I'm just trying to read your mind, lady. Take it there, shit, hell yeah. Put your hand right there, rubbing on me, girl. I'm about to pull your hair. But now I'm just playing, but then you saying we can have a good time when we only just land. But I gotta ask, when you coming back? Cause your smile got me flowing and yeah, it's like that. So I need that, just put it on my back. And if you sing, baby girl, then just get up on the track. And I ain't even playing with you, I just wanna roll with you. Do this shit right, like real couples supposed to. Yeah, real couples supposed to. Do this shit right, like real couples supposed to. Yeah, real couples supposed to. Do this shit right, like real couples supposed to. Yeah. Let's go. Let me hear you say.
Yeah! Oh,
Thank
man.
you.
You got one more for us? What you say?
You know what? I could give y'all another one.
Yeah!
Yeah! Hell yeah!
Back in high school, I was a hell of a guy. Saw this real cute girl, hope to give it a try. I was lagging and lagging, I never got it cracking. The same time I was slacking, another nigga was macking. A couple years passed, thinking back on what I did. I found out that she gave birth to a kid. A little baby girl, she would give her the world with 2 jobs, working hard but no time for the homegirls. Yeah, but she was never alone because we stayed on the phone, listening to all my new songs and we get going and we split the Patron. Ain't seen each other in so long and know it ain't wrong, huh? And we get a little close, but it seems so cool for us to go post. I walk to the porch and I get to the door. I'm looking at something I ain't never seen before. A smile so bright, got me high as a kite, but then I'm blushing and mushing. I'm trying to keep my sight out of sight, yeah. So it's like that. She reaching out for a hug and I know I can't fight that, yeah. I can't fight that, yeah. I can't fight that. I can't fight that. I can't fight that. I can't fight that. Yeah. I can't fight that. Yeah. I can't fight that. I can't fight that. Yeah. I can't fight that. Yo. Yeah. Ha. But break it down. sacrifice and help me through this shit. Took my squad out of town, fuck them snitches and them watchers. They can't never stop us. Got my hitters, got my choppers. They ain't wanted you, but you said it's over. Yeah. But you said it's over. Yeah. But you said it's over. But you said it's over. Yeah. Hey. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Marcus the Great, ladies and gentlemen. Or the motherfucking goat tonight.
Celebration for goat.
So, the second song. Goddamn, nigga. The second song was, something you made up, right? So right there on the spot. That was fucking beautiful.
Definitely.
But the first one, is that like from an album or anything?
No, that's actually an original release. I dropped that about like a month ago. It's called Do This Shit Right. It's on YouTube. It's on Spotify. It's on iTunes. All streaming platforms. Definitely go check that out. Marcus the Great. Do This Shit Right.
Do This Shit Right. I love that shit. We're going to be having more of that.
Oh, definitely. Next season. I'm excited, man. It's the season finale, but I'm ready for next season. Season 3 going up, so let's go.
So where do you originate from, Marcus?
Oh, I'm born and raised in South Central, man. Born and raised in South Central Los Angeles, man. East side of the 110.
Wow. And you came up out here. You're doing this shit. I mean... how long you been doing, you've been performing like this, man? You're a fucking killer. It looks like you just so at home up there.
My first performance, I was 13. 8th grade talent show.
Man. A talent show.
8th grade talent show, 120 students. Changed my life. Had 120 heads rocking with what I was doing on stage, and I was like, damn, I like this.
That's it there, man.
Literally, I was like, okay, so if this is what it feels like to be appreciated or something you are passionate about, then fuck it.
Right. And as a musician, you had that opportunity, right? That's what that's for.
Definitely, yes, sir.
I mean, that came across. I was in high school, but I was like, man, I'm gonna curse too much. I know I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna make too many dick jokes, and they're gonna expel me.
Well, so that was the thing growing up. I made sure, I always had this thing. If I was getting signed as a kid rapper, I made sure that a label could work with me because I didn't curse in my music until I was 18.
Hey man, that means something.
Real shit. I wanted to. I had this dream, of getting signed like a kid rapper, like a kid Disney star, little bubblegum rapper type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. I had that. Real shit. Disney Channel made you dream, man. every couple of months, it was some fucking new kid on the show, and they a star in 6 months. I'm like, shit.
And what were you gonna be, like Marcus the Great?
Man, at the time I wasn't even Marcus the Great. My sister gave me this nickname growing up. It was called Day Day. And she called me that shit. It clearly came from Next Friday. Shout out to Mike Evans.
Hey, I'm Day Day. This is Disney. If I can do the thing.
Right. So, this is Day Day. You watching Disney Channel. With the ears.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I could see that for sure.
Definitely. Oh, yeah.
And so you kept doing it, though, from there
Definitely, man. Just kept it going. Just certified my name and everything and, get paid for my craft. That's always a blessing, getting paid for what you love to do.
And I get the feeling from listening to your performance, you probably do that from the ground up. It looks like you even do the beats, right?
Yes, I do. Yes, sir.
Man, that is something right there. All my favorites make their own shit from the fucking, everything.
Original work.
Right, even if they're crazy. Even if they say some off the wall shit or try to run for the president. I mean, that's something artists have.
Right.
I can tell, I can see that in your work.
Thank you.
Especially since you've been doing that since you were 13.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And so, what do you have planned for the future?
Oh man, well, in about 2 weeks, I'm shooting a pilot for my short film called Dark Nights. It's like a black version of Lost Boys.
Oh, nice. Like vampires.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh shit.
Definitely.
Okay.
So the story actually is pretty dope because basically, like I said, it's more like Lost Boys thing, but we all have backstories. My backstory is that I'm a hybrid, and I know that, but they don't.
Wow.
So
Daywalker?
Yeah, but I don't go in the day. I act like I'm a night person, just like they are. I sell it for 50, 60 years type of shit. And then something happens where I expose myself, and then it clearly shows my other side, and therefore everybody has questions or they're scared of me. And, it's good. So basically, the leader of the Lost Boys has a dark story, and everyone kind of turns on him, quote unquote.
And you're gonna have your music throughout it?
Yes, original music will be scored by me.
Oh, definitely. Man, that's gonna be fucking good. It already sounds great, let alone having you doing the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Man, you are, what is that, a quadruple threat? Fucking director.
I'm a super producer.
Writer,
that's what I call it.
Performer,
yes,
music. Do you have a role for an Asian? Because,
You know what?
Have comedic, right, Rogin?
Hey, you never know. You never know, man. I might have a role for everybody. No, I might have a scene where I'm shooting the show, man, in this tiny ass garage, and I get hungry. Kill every motherfucker in here. Since we are live, you know what I'm saying? The viewers I would fuck up at that point.
Yeah, I like that, man.
Oh yeah, you know, I can twist some shit up.
That's awesome, Marcus. So where can they find that again? Online?
Oh yeah, definitely. This will definitely stream on YouTube, Vimeo, pretty much any video streaming platform. I'm basically putting all my product on all streaming platforms, from music to video.
Cool.
So YouTube, everything.
Check
you name
that
it,
out.
it will be available. Yes,
Look
sir.
for him, Marcus the Great, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Make some noise.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. He's gonna be around for the end. Oh shit!
I got a goat hat.
Go ahead. We got another couple comedians coming up. It's gonna be fucking hilarious. This man, he's also a producer at Channel 310.
Yeah.
Please put your hands together. He's a hard worker. He's fucking hilarious. Make some noise, Niles Abston.
Season finale. It was great to be back. I was on the first episode. It wasn't looking as good as this, you know. We got some improvements. You know what I'm saying? The sound actually on now. Niggas can hear what I was saying. Last time. We shooting 4K now.
Yeah.
So I wore the sweatpants. You know, they like the dick print. You know. So I got the sweatpants on. Learned from my nigga Arthur. That's what he told me about. They love the dick print. What's it? 45 and up? Is that where?
It's 36 now.
I'm gonna change my Bumble age requirement up there. Man, I'm just glad to be here, dog. Like, give it up for everybody that's already been on the show, man. Y'all are great, man. Rogin was talking about his weed habit and drink now. That's dope, man. Like, I'm only 23, so I guess like my weed habit could just get touched by R. Kelly. Like, it's pretty crazy, man. Okay. Crazy. My nigga Marcus the Great. That was good shit, bro. That was good shit. My nigga said, I got music on SoundCloud, but I ain't a SoundCloud rapper though. Like, I feel like that was like OJ's like next defense from Moses' lawyer that died of brain tumor. What's his name? Johnny Cochran. Like Johnny Cochran was gonna be like, all right, he killed her, but he not a murderer though. Like that's what he was saying, my nigga. That's crazy. Like, my nigga, you cool, but you was holding the blood a little too long back there. I'm not even gonna. Has Puff Pass not made it to the rap community yet? Is that?
Hey man,
you cool though.
We was
cool.
enjoying the show.
Nah,
I'm enjoying the show.
that's cool, man. Man, did anybody else play football growing up, or am I the only real man here?
Flag.
Okay. Dude, like, especially like I played football in the South. You play football in Texas, didn't you, Vic?
Yeah.
Coach, do you notice how like coaches in the South low key sound like rapey when they tell you to do stuff? Like I had a coach, like I remember one game, like he always liked to, for the tip off, like he would always like to get the ball, like he would like to receive, not kick off, and like he was like, the first drive, we're gonna get the ball, we're gonna shove it down their throats. I was like, Coach, should we ask them before we do that? Like that's me too, nigga. Like it's always got ridiculous, man. Like the coaches were hella rapey with the stuff they would be saying. Like I remember one play I played receiver, so I had to block. He was like, all right, Niles, for his play, I need you to put it in his ass. I mean, put him on his ass. My bad. I didn't.
Oh my
Like, nah, nigga, you meant that shit. Y'all think Jesus regret giving them niggas free alcohol? I mean, think about it. He could turn water into Henny. Like, I don't think people, like, we don't know for sure if Jesus was black. We know for sure his friends were. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about Jesus while smoking a blunt. I'm sorry. Oh, God. Anyway, like, right? But I'm like, think about it. Like, think how annoying that second party Jesus went to. Like, niggas was probably just waiting at the door with the Dasani bottles like, hey, nigga, do that shit again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I bet that was so annoying, dog. And then, you know it was some hood niggas that Jesus turned the water into Henny for, because, like, you know when he went to go preach, like, a year later, there's a nigga in the back going, hey, dog, shut that shit up, nigga. We just trying to get drunk again. Like, what? That's shit I think about when I read the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like that second party I know was probably not as lit. It's just man. I know everybody says like dating's hard in LA, but it is. I'm gonna go cliche, man. I'm gonna go cliche. Like dating's hard in LA when you have a Jesus themed tattoo on your back and you like atheist girls. That's my problem. I have a Jesus themed tattoo. It says "Long live the King" and it has a crown of thorns around it. And like I was hanging out with this atheist girl. She's like hardcore, like Bill Maher atheist, right? And so I got the tattoo like every dumb nigga at 18. So I forget I have it sometimes. It's on my back. And so she sees the tattoo and she's like, "Long live the king." Niles, who's the king? I was like, oh shoot. Girl, you ain't never seen LeBron play? That nigga is amazing. He had a triple-double last night. Where were you? And then she like dumped me because I guess she thought it was weird I had a grown-ass nigga's nickname on my back. That's apparently not acceptable in the heterosexual community. No, but I love LeBron, man. I love LeBron. I think it's great that he's out here in LA, but I think we have to like stomach the fact that we're never beating Golden State regardless of how good LeBron is. Like Golden State is so good. Honestly, the only team that can beat them at right now is probably the Me Too movement. That's it. Like, the Me Too movement is undefeated, nigga. Like, they got Morgan Freeman. Like, these niggas taking God away. That is crazy. You know?
Yeah, they got that first bitch though.
Oh, the one that just slept with the 17-year-old.
Oh no.
Is that really that bad? All right, I'm not gonna do that. Like, nigga, you know you was 17 and had a crush on one of your friends' aunts. Don't even play.
Tiger.
Tiger, right? What's her name? But yeah, man, I'm glad to be here, dog. Victor Martinez, you my boy, man. Like, I love Victor. Like, whenever I get like lonely or whatever, I just remember Victor tricked a woman into loving him. I'm gonna be fine. You know what I'm saying? If Victor can do it, I can do it, nigga. Hi, tonight's show, season finale. We smoking. Appreciate the time.
Niles Abston, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, nice and tight. While we're here, what do you think? What are you?
What am I go versus fish?
Yeah, man, you can be a fence like me.
I'll tell you what I am, nigga. I'm done. That's I'm done. No more of that tonight. I'm done.
Alright, I
Too high for that.
Hey man, I feel it. It is really like the higher you get, the more scary.
You got a blunt too, right?
Yeah, man.
Everything fast. Okay.
You gotta smoke that.
Out here. So tell us, how's what was it? What do? You do fucking. It's Secret Black People.
I do Secret Black People.
Yes. Tell
Yeah, we got 2 seasons on the network right now. I'm writing a lot of sketches for season 3 because I really want to incorporate a lot of sketch comedy for the next season. So I want to have like 1 or 2 sketches per episode. So I'm like really working on that right now. Just getting everything together. There's no rush bringing it back. You know, we just got Eric's new show on there. Check that out.
Yes. Happy birthday,
Abbenante
Eric.
versus
He
the
dropped
world.
it for his birthday.
Good show. I like the music in it.
Yeah, man, he killed it, dude. You know,
Yeah.
and it's about time. I was telling him, I was like, you know, you're like fucking
Right,
Larry David.
right,
You gotta
Larry
have
David
your own
and Judd
show.
Apatow.
You know?
He's
Throw a
gotta
bunch
do his
of,
thing.
he's got like 6 Seinfelds under him.
Exactly.
Man, you know? So Secret Black People Eating is exactly what it sounds like.
Hell yeah, that's the exact thing.
I'm scared to even watch it. I mean, like, I'm gonna be alone and shit. Like,
yeah, man, it's funny. Like I got white friends from like back home that always hit me up. They're like, "Oh my god, like I feel like I should be watching your show, but it's so funny." And I'm like, "Yeah, nigga, you just can't be on it. That's it. That's it. Like I only have black people on the show. That's the only rule.
that's what it is, and they're just gonna get it started from there.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. There's no rules after that.
No rules after that. Only rule is be black. That's kind of how slavery worked too. It's like,
And what else you got going on?
he just got that. He just got that.
Oh
I've
man.
been doing a lot of screenwriting. I have like an hour, 15-minute feature film. It's almost done in editing. It's not a comedy. It's like a dark murder thriller type thing. So it's like about an hour, 15 minutes. We're almost done with that. It's called Invite Only. It's about a college party that goes wrong. Pretty dope. Yeah, just working a lot of screenwriting. I want to write like a lot of short films and put some short films on the internet, and then get us going on like some scripted stuff. So, you know.
As a writer, what'd you think of Marcus's story? That was
No, I was very intrigued by that. I really want to see it. I hope you do, man.
Yes,
I gotta see that. That's really
I'm
cool.
excited, definitely.
I love all this shit.
Hell yeah, man.
You guys make me feel so goddamn lazy. I'm just over here bringing fucking
To your garage.
Man, but nah, it's your show, bro. You killing this shit. We at your spot.
I'm just saying.
We pulled up on you.
I love this shit. You
We-
guys
you know
are
what I'm saying?
creative,
Definitely.
man. Y'all some hard workers,
I appreciate
and
that.
y'all are
Thank
the
you.
future of this shit. You know what I'm
Appreciate
saying?
it. Yes,
So,
sir.
tell everyone where to find you at. And everything.
On Twitter, I'm at Niles100. Keep it 100 right there. I talk some shit. On Instagram, it's at the Niles Abston Show, because that's what I'm putting on at all times, baby. That's what we're doing. So, yeah, just check that out. Laugh at some stuff, comment, DM me. That's cool, too.
Motherfucking Niles Abston, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise! Right tonight, show. We got one. Wrap it up. Let's bring him out. This guy's fucking hilarious. Hi Tonight Show, episode 20, season finale. This boy's a dangerous man. He's dangerous, alright? You might have heard of him. Ladies and gentlemen, Cooper Lyden!
Oh my God! Good to be here. Good to be here. This is exciting. Oh man, that's exciting. Wow! Look at us, looking into the audience. See, this is what you gotta do. You look off and away so people think you got a big room. Yeah. Fuck yeah, it's good to be here. We got black excellence over here, and we got white averageness on stage. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, alright. It's good to be here. You're like the Johnny Carson of Koreatown, man. Yeah! Fucking murdering. There's a huge studio, too.
How's that not been said yet?
Johnny Cannabis, man.
Johnny Cannabis. I'm happy to be here. I'm a dumbass. I'm happy to be here. I was driving on the freeway, and I went under a freeway overpass, had a protest poster on it that said, "No ice," like it's protesting everything that's happening at the border. And I yelled out very happily what I thought it said, which was, "Noise!" And I was real happy for about 15 minutes. And then thought back and realized there's a very definite space between the O and the I. I wanted it to be noise. You know, and it's just a fun metaphor for how a white guy can have a real problem in front of his eyes, but he'll still flip it so it's fun for him. Just find your beach. That's what this shit's about. This is just stay ignorant for as long as you can. That's a white motto. That's how we do it, man. That's how we do it. I'm not listening to anybody. No, okay. Can't tell me what to do. Okay, that's my brand. That's who I am. That's what I do. I don't get why Alcoholics Anonymous makes keychains. I don't understand it. They're an anonymous group. And they brag about it with accessories, which doesn't make any sense. And also, it doesn't just say you're in AA. It says how long you've been in AA. So it's like, how good are you at being sober? Like, it's just... It's an invitation for bullying is what it is. I don't know. There is just too much shit to riff off. I just need to stay straight ahead or I'll just not be able to have a set. Okay. This is good. This is fun. I overheard a white guy today. He was in an argument with his friend. And his friend, who was not white, he was like, "Hey man, you're being kind of racist." And then the white guy came back with, "Yeah, well I'm 1/8 Cherokee. And don't say that if you're white. Don't do it, because it makes you and your whole family look way more racist. Because if you're 1/8 Cherokee and you're white, that just means someone in your family raped a Cherokee. That's all that means. You shouldn't be bragging about it, Chief. It's a blemish on the family record. I don't know.
Within the last 8 years,
It's real bad. I don't know. We like qualifiers. We like to try and find ways to be part of stuff. It's fun. It's ruining the world, but it's fun. It's fun. Poor Silver Lake. Okay. We're having fun. I'm pretty sure I got molested and forgot about it because here's my theory. Here's what's going on. I watched the movie Tusk for the second time. I don't know if you guys know Tusk. It's about a guy who gets kidnapped, raped, and surgically mutilated into a walrus. And I watched the entire movie.
without realizing I'd already seen it. It's a very confusing setup, I understand. The thing is, it's a walrus suit made out of mostly other people's faces, and he's trapped in it. The point is, I watched the entire movie without realizing I'd already seen it a month before. That's like a built-in skill of repression. Like, that was my mind's first thought. It's like, just bury it away. So I finished the movie and I was like, what the fuck has happened to me? Like, what has happened? Why don't I like being hugged? You know? I don't know.
Why am I having feelings?
Exactly. It's, a lot of shit's coming up. I don't know. I'm really working out more than jokes up here. I got a lot to handle. I don't know. It's weird. I like movies, though. I don't like talking to people that watch too many movies. A lot of dudes, mostly dudes that look like me, will just try and ruin movies for you. Like, I think if you watch too many movies, you just want to ruin movies for people. Because I was talking to a guy, and I mentioned that I like Forrest Gump, and then he came back immediately with, Forrest Gump's a shit movie! And I was like, alright, that is too much aggression for a movie about a retarded guy. That is way too much hate for a guy overcoming adversity. But let's have this conversation. So I was like, why is Forrest Gump such a shit movie? And then he was like, well, obviously it's completely unrealistic. That's why we all like the fucking movie. No one wants to see a realistic Forrest Gump. My grandfather's sister was a realistic Forrest Gump. Which means she lived in the basement and died at 51. Is that the summertime romp you want to see? No one wants to see the Forrest Gump where Jenny calls Forrest retarded. Like, that's not fun for anyone. That's not cool at all, you know? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know what's more fucked up. The fact that I said that she lived in the basement and died at 51, or the fact that that is completely true. That's totally... Yeah. I mean, you know, it's...
Oh, shoot! The last one.
Yeah, she lived... Yeah, it is. Yeah, but yeah, she lived in the basement. She died in the basement.
Oh, no. Yeah, we can see the crime.
I mean, it's sad, but that's all they knew how to do with them back then. That's just a quick comedy tip. If you're referring to a group of marginalized people, always say them. It's totally okay to do. Everyone feels good about it all the time. You can take it from a 19-year-old white kid. You can take it from those people. Yeah, those people is definitely good. People love that. I don't know. I'm not impressed by knowledge of music or art most of the time. It's not hard to get. You just watch shit. Like if someone tells me that they know every lyric to every Biggie song ever, my first thought isn't like, wow, that's amazing. It's like, wow, you could have fucking learned Spanish or some shit. Like, you had all that time. You could have downloaded Audible. That's like a mini-series right there or something. I don't know. Is like, all knowing every lyric to every Biggie song means is that you ruin Biggie for everyone around you. That's all. You're just trying to hang out, and then Brian just, it was all a dream. You're like, what? We're getting high in the back of a Corolla in the valley. What are you doing? Like, why? I relate to him. It's like, your dad is in real estate. What are you talking about? I don't know. Boy, do I have stories about white people. Boy, do... Okay. I could go on for hours. I don't know. I'll leave you with this. Too long of a joke. I think everyone's trying to help the world. I think the problem is everyone has different ideas of what ought to be and how to get there. And so there's conflict. Because for the most part, everyone who's trying to help the world does in some small way. But there are some bad apples, you know? Because, like, some people are vegan, some people recycle. But some people beat the shit out of trans people, and that is bad. That is bad. I'll call it out right now. And I don't understand. I don't understand beating the shit out of a trans person, because that person doesn't understand how much longer their road to self-actualization is, especially compared to a white dude like me. Like, as a white guy, all I need to do to come into my full form is buy a flannel I like. And that is it. And people are proud of you, and you get pats on the back. A trans person, to be who they need to be, they have to cut their fucking dick off muzzle top. Wow. I can't imagine that kind of courage. I cannot imagine that. A trans person knows who they are so much that they can say fuck you to not only the world, but their own body. Which I can't even do when I'm kinda hungry. And that might not make a lot of sense to you because I'm skinny, but I throw up a lot. I can't imagine that kind of courage. We think gang members are tough. Do you realize there would be no gang violence if the initiation into a gang was to cut your fucking dick off? It would just be 3 dudes like Southside Stumps. What's up? Like it wouldn't be a thing, you know?
Yeah, Stumps.
A lot of initiations are to kill a person, which means people would rather kill a person than cut their dick off. It's like, I don't know, and that's a fun joke because it's a pro-trans joke, but you cannot tell. You know, this has the right message, but it still makes white women uncomfortable. Okay? It's fine, but it's safe to do here because white women wouldn't come within 100 yards of this place. Seems to be the case. All right, why not finish on a way too politically charged joke in a garage? You know what I mean? Thank you so much, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cooper Lyden! One of our youngest performers! Woo! Oh, jeez, I feel so dark after all the shit you just said. You're a dark little guy, man. You got some dark shit going on.
I don't
Those eyebrows are evil. They got fucking...
It's an inevitability.
Oh, man, there must be a magnet right there just for fucking dark thoughts.
Dark, what was
That
so
scares the shit out of me, everything you just said.
What part was dark?
Because I have a white son, you know? So he could grow up to be just like you.
Yeah, that's true, but he's not fully white, so he doesn't. Like I have like white genes, like I have conquering genes
You're
in me.
full
It's,
white.
yeah, it's real bad.
It's in the eyebrows.
Yeah,
You're full white?
probably.
Both your parents are white.
Yeah, I've never done the research, but as far as I know, we're just from like Germany, France, Switzerland, all the white places you can think of. Pretty much all of them.
All the Rothschild countries.
Yeah.
So, Cooper, can we talk legally about anything you've been going on lately? Damn it!
I feel
Cooper
like a
gets
fucking,
into trouble.
I feel
I'll
like a
say
rapper
that.
on No Jumper. I'm like, no, I can't discuss it.
I
I can't talk
my
about
producer said not to.
Yeah.
All right, I feel it, but you're a killer. That's all I'll say that much.
I wouldn't say, I mean killer.
You're a
but-
fucking killer.
Those words don't help cases. But
Yeah. I'll fucking put it in writing. No. But you got anything coming up other than fucking court dates that you want to talk about?
Nothing much really.
No.
Going to San Diego.
Cool.
Doing one show down there. That's about it.
Yeah.
Nothing big going on.
You're fucking hilarious. Where can people find you at?
Cooper Lyden, at Cooper Lyden on most places, or at Lyden Cooper. They're not gonna look me up, but if you do,
You should. He's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cooper Lyden! Ladies and gentlemen, Marcus
Real shit. I just had an 8-hour session today at a studio, and I would love to have you.
Yeah!
I would be honored.
Thank you. Definitely, man. So that ain't nothing but a phone call, location, and timing. Definitely.
I'll be out there afterwards.
Yeah, I'm faded. Oh yeah, I'm faded. So go away, you harsh times. You messing up my good lines. I'm sniffing up those good vibes. Inhale, then realize that I spit that real shit. So saddle up and take a hit. Oh yeah, that shit right there. That's my shit right there. Smacking it, flipping it, rubbing it down. Oh yeah, it's everywhere. Pull it up, then let it down. Dump it out, then paint the town. Getting loud, running through the crowd, but we dare not to ever make a sound. Feel this shit, then rub it in. Yeah, cause I don't care if you ever sin. Long as you say you're in, let's just hit the end. Thinking and wondering on where I should go then. So don't look down. Don't look down. Don't look down. Put your hands up, but don't look down. Don't look down. Don't look down. Don't look down. Put your hands up, but don't look down. Steady grooving as the beat goes. I'm working so hard that I'm losing all my greatest foes. I have this goal in life to be the king for just one night. I don't mind if it's all mine for a long time, and I won't decline. Feeling it, but I'm feeling too. Smoked out with a better view. Clear sky with my ties and your thighs to the sunrise. Quiet down and turn around. Take it up and go round and round. Dazed out with the lights out and your hands up. Now let it out. The room is spinning with juice and gin and up in Anna's linen while we spinning off this zone that we burning. I'm weak as hell, but I can't tell. Smoked out and we had an L. Backstroke with light smoke with a backstroke into the bed broke.
Hey!
To the bed broke.
Yeah.
To the bed broke.
To the bed broke with a backstroke into the bed broke. To the bed broke. Until the bed broke. Until the bed broke with a backstroke until the bed broke. So don't look down. Don't look down. Don't look down. Put your hands up, but don't look down. Don't look down. Don't look down. Don't look down. Put your hands up, but don't look down.
Yeah!
Yeah,
Marcus the Great.
yeah.
Kill that shit, man.
Thank you.
Hi Tonight Show.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap. Season finale. We'll see you guys next season. Number 3. You guys have a good night. Thank you so much. I remember in middle school, I was like Bill Clinton walking around, dude. Shit was bad. I used to be making out with bitches, just pull my dick out in the middle of us making out. At a Disney movie? No one else is around. It was a theater kind of like this. We'd be up in the corner. The exact same amount of people because we'd find a movie that had been out for a while. That's the only time you could get jerked off at 13, man. You gotta make it happen, though, you know? You can't ask to be jerked off. You gotta whip your dick out.
Real sick.
That's called the thing.
Yeah, that ass.
It's worked 99.99% of the time, man. That shit is like fucking getting hand sanitized. That much good. I mean, I don't know, dude. I was getting jerked off by this girl, and I thought, at 13, right? And I thought it would be nice to jerk her off. And I had these rings. So, like, the first half was trying to impress her, and I was doing all right. I got chubby fingers. It's great. But the second half was a rescue mission. I lost one of the rings. And this bitch is Harry Bush, man. And it was in there somewhere. And I had to get it back without embarrassing her or some shit. I tell her I need a different angle. We go to the family bathroom. Perfect, because it's got the fucking folding baby table, which is very ironic to fuck someone on. But and they hold her up, right? I get the ring back. She didn't know. Somehow it didn't fall out of her. But in the middle of us jerking each other off, she starts crying right there. I'm like, babe, why are you crying? And she's like, because you might break up with me after all this. I'm like, I'm not going to break up with you. And I broke up with her right after that. But in text message, and only because she said that I would. I didn't appreciate that. Anyways, I like to call that story a real tearjerker,